Miss Danreael here, and I have a word for you. This video is titled Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Some of us, we've gone through the trauma and struggles of life. You feel me? We've been through it. So look, the verse for this video is 2 Corinthians 1:10, and it reads, "He has delivered us from such a deadly peril, and he will deliver us again. On him we have set our hope that he will continue to deliver us." So look, God is a deliverer. A lot of us, we have put in our blood, sweat, and tears in everything we've done. We've put in blood, sweat, and tears at our job. We've put in blood, sweat, and tears in our relationship. We put in blood, sweat, and tears in our career path and whatever we got going on. We put in blood, sweat, and tears in our family life, with our children, with our spouse. We put in blood, sweat, and tears in the church. We've served. We put in blood, sweat, and tears in our job. Like, there's so many places that we've put in blood, sweat, and tears. And if you really think about what blood, sweat, and tears is, it's like what comes from your labor. Imagine going to work every day and you coming home and your feet hurt. You got blisters on your feet. I know this feeling because this didn't happen to me. Imagine getting off work and you're tired. Imagine cooking that meal for your family. Imagine doing so much for your relationship and you're just tired. You're exhausted. Imagine doing all this work and putting in all this effort into something and then you have tears because it doesn't work out. It's like, wow, was all my blood, sweat, and tears for nothing? No, it wasn't. Because guess what? God is your God. God will deliver you. He will restore you. He will renew you. And it says he has delivered us from such a deadly peril. If you know what a peril is, like, have you ever heard like perilous times? Like, it's literally deadly. Peril means serious and immediate danger. So that thing that I'm talking about that gave you blood, sweat, and tears, it was serious. It wasn't something that was taken lightly. Like, this was something serious. And guess what? God delivered you the first time, he'll deliver you again. You don't have to keep crying. You don't have to keep whining. You don't have to keep complaining. Because God is there. He's near. He's here. And he hears you. He wants you to call out to him. He wants you to surrender and trust him. Do you know how many people in the Bible had to be delivered? Like, they literally needed God. And back in these times, needing God wasn't like and ashamed. Like, they wasn't ashamed of needing God. I think we're kind of ashamed of needing God because we think we can do everything on our own. We think, we can find a way to do it. Like, we don't need a prayer life. We don't need a Bible study. We don't need to go to church. I don't need no pastor. I don't need to listen to no sermon. I don't need to do no Bible study. I don't need to, come to God and fast. I don't need to do none of this. Like, we really be thinking like this is the way to go. Like, no. You do need a prayer life. You do need to Bible study. You do need to be in a good church. You do need a pastor. You need to be under someone's authority. You do need to be listening to sermons every day. You do need to be serving in the church. You do need to be fellowshipping with other believers. You do need to be praying. You do need to be fasting. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these things are things that you do need to be doing. Like I said, the Lord delivers so many people. If you all know the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he delivered them from the fiery furnace and they came out untouched. Untouched. Can you imagine going through a fire and you come out not even smelling like smoke? Like, no burns, no scars. Like, can you imagine? Like, can you imagine? It's a miracle. Have any of us ever been into like an accident, like a car accident? I have. My car flipped. It was raining on the highway. Me being young and dumb, this was like years ago, speeding too fast. The car started to go like this and I can't even control it. And then it just went off the road and it flipped 4 times into a ditch off the highway. Imagine flipping off the highway. The highway's up here, the car going like this. And it flips off. And it's flipped 4 times. I'm in the car. The car is flipping in the air. I'm flipping. And then it lands upside down in the ditch. Quick testimony. Look, I'm still here. I'm still here. Like, literally, once that car went off the highway and started to flip, I said, oh, Lord. My whole life flashed before my eyes. And I started to think, like, how mad my family would be or how hurt they would be if I was gone. But I literally thought that was my last moments. Like I just knew I was about to die. And look, it's so crazy. When the car was flipping like that, the windshield in front of me was cracking. I thought like the windshield was about to burst on my face. Like, even if I was to survive, I thought my face was going to be messed up. Like, I was going to have a bunch of scars and cuts and glass. Could have went blind. Mind you, when the car is done flipping, I'm upside down hanging from my seatbelt. Like, literally, imagine a car upside down and you got your seatbelt on and you're hanging upside down. It was like some scary movie type stuff. Like, the radio was still playing and I'm upside down in my seatbelt. And it's so crazy how God works. This video is not supposed to be about this, but I have to tell it. Literally, after I got out the car, I had to climb out of the window, the door. And, like, literally within 5 minutes, I'm trying to get it's raining. So, my clothes are wet. My shoes are wet because I'm in a ditch. So, I have to, like, get out of the ditch. I'm trying to dial on my phone, but it's wet, so it's not going. And literally within 5 minutes, I got to call who I was calling. They came to get me, but there was this couple who appeared out of nowhere. Like, I seen a white man walking up to me like, he's like, "It's okay, sweetie, it's okay. I'm gonna help you." Because my car was upside down, but the lights were flashing. So I guess they seen my lights from the ditch on the highway. And they was probably like, "Well, what is that?" And they went to go check it out. And I was down there. So he came and helped me, and he had his wife in the car and they had a baby. And I sat in the back seat until the police came. And when the paramedics got there, they was like, "Are you okay, ma'am? Like, are you sure your neck's not broken? Does your head hurt? Because the way the car looked, baby, I should have been gone." And they was like, "Wow, it's a miracle." Yes. Yes. God is real. God saved me. And this is not the only story I have. I have so many stories, but I don't know why I just told you guys this story, but this was on my heart to tell you, I guess. Like, God is speaking through me to show you that, you know, he is real. That couple showing up at that moment like that was God orchestrating everything, making sure that I was okay. Because it was in the middle of nowhere. Like, it was just dark. I was in like an area that I wasn't familiar with. Crazy. But yes, God delivers so many people. And all of those blood, sweat, and tears that you have going on in your life, it's not in vain. It's a part of your testimony. It's a part of your story. God is near. Pray to him. Get your comfort and your peace from him. Yeah, you may have to go through some stuff. Some crazy stuff like car accidents or losing a relationship or getting fired or whatever. But God is still here. He's still your strength. So get your peace and your joy and your strength from him. And just know that he does deliver. He does save. He does protect. He does have mercy. He does forgive you. He does love you. You are his child. And he's here. Like, that's all I can say. God is so good. I love the Lord. What about you? So look, I pray that this message blessed you so much. And remember to testify and tell your story to someone. And like I said, those blood, sweat, and tears is not in vain. You're going to be all right. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.